Hello there, welcome to my channel. I'm Angela from artorai.com. Today we're just going to be looking at ways to make shaker card pockets without using foam tape. You might not be able to afford foam tape because it can be quite pricey, or you might have run out, or you just want alternative ways to do it. It's very easy. There are two different ways that I found to do it. I don't know if there are any more. One is by, I'll just put these away. One is by using card layers and the other is using foam. So we'll just quickly have a look at these today. Nothing exciting, just different ways to do it. So if you want to use card layers, you need to cut out several frames. It all depends on how thick you want the pocket to be. So I'm going to cut out perhaps 3 or 4 and stick them together, but you need to make frames. I'll just quickly show you. So this here, I've cut out 4 pieces of card there, but this was cut out using an actual frame die, so it just cuts out the frame, it doesn't cut out the middle, which is fine because you can cut out a separate piece for the back, but we'll go into that a bit later. But for this I'm going to make a frame using some layering dies. You can use any shape dies, you can use circles, squares, anything that you like, as long as they're, I keep calling them layering dies, they are actually nesting dies because they go, one can fit inside of the other and you usually get different sizes, so you can make frames. So what I've done, I've just taken 2 dies, one slightly larger than the other, just to make the frame. If you wanted to, you could have a bigger one and have a bigger frame, so you could have one die. You could have one die like that, and then you could put the smaller one in like that and have a larger frame, but I'm just going to stick to what I've been doing and just having quite small frames. So just try and get them as accurate as you can. Try and get the same space around all 4 sides. I can't get my head in the camera to get in your way, so I'm just going to have to guess. What I think I'll do is I will stick the dies together like that, because for the best results you're going to have to cut them all the same, especially when it's a die like this which has a pattern on. You're going to notice if the dies are off or the cutouts are off even by a little bit. So I'm going to keep them together like that. I'm going to use another piece of low tack tape to stick it onto the card, and then I'm going to put it through my die cutting machine. I bought the wrong plates for this, so I'm having to use lots of shims, so just ignore that. Yeah, that's bent. Have you seen that? It's because it's the wrong thing for this and I've had to put it through with like a lot of pressure, but never mind, I've got some new ones coming. So I can take off that tape that was on there. That's going to have to go out because it's come off, but they've stayed in place, and now we have the first frame there, and I'm going to cut 3 more of these out and then come back. Right, I'm back. So I've cut 4 of these. These need to be glued together, so that is going to be the depth. Oh no, you can't see it because it's not very deep, but the beauty about this method is, even though it's more fiddly than the foam method, which I'll show you in a bit, it is better because you've got more control over how thick you want that to be. So you could add another 2 or 3 foam on there, depends on what you want in for your decorations. Right, so we don't need these 2 to be together anymore because obviously we've cut all the frames that we need, but we do need to cut out another piece of card with the larger one, because that piece of card is going to go behind these. So I'll show you what I mean. I'll find another piece of scrap. That's the beauty about making these shaker pockets. You can use scrap card. I have loads of scrap card about this exact same size. And what you can do when you make your shaker pockets is you don't have to add them to a card. You can just put them away, and then you can just grab one when you need to make a card. So you've always got them ready. So just have a day where you just make loads and loads of shaker pockets, and then you can just grab one when you need it. So I'm just going to cut the back out of one of these. That's going all wobbly like that, but hang on, I'll put that on there. Can't wait for the other plates to get here. Right. Put that on that way. I'm trying to keep turning it over every time I use it to try and make it last until my other ones get here. Right, so we don't need that. It's going in the recycle. So now, when these are all stuck together, we can glue them onto the back of there, and that's the back of the shaker pocket. So you can do anything you like on this piece. What I've done here, so on this one I've made a little bit of a sky and a little bit of a snowy background, and then I've stuck some trees on. On this one I just did a little bit of a blended colour from purple, blue to pink, and just use that as the background. So once you've cut out your background, just do whatever you like on there. It's entirely up to you. You can leave it white, you can use different colour cards, you can use pattern paper for this. It's entirely up to you. But I'm just going to show you how to do it. I'm not going to do anything in particular with this. Now I found this the most difficult part, because you do need to cut out some acetate as well using the same frame. I think it's the quality of the dies I'm using, because they're just cheap ones. And they haven't been cutting through this, but it's alright. You can just use the scissors and finish off cutting them. So I'm just going to do this now. I'm going to cut out this using the same die, and then I'll come back. Just a word, if you haven't any acetate, you can just use some plastic packaging that you have. Repurpose it. Yeah, you can see that hasn't cut right through. I mean, it has cut. It could probably do it if I added another shim and a little bit more pressure, then it probably would cut all the way through, but it doesn't. Oh, it doesn't need to. I'm just going to use my scissors and just cut off the little scalloped bits there. This doesn't have to be perfect because you won't be able to see the edges. Right, so I've got everything we need now to make the shaker pockets. I'm going to put that one to one side for the moment. And what we do need to do is stick all of these on top of each other. I'm just using 3, but like I say, you can cut as many as you like. So just make sure they are as accurate as you can get, because if they're slightly off you will be able to see. I mean, that's not perfect, but it's just to show you, as I say, it's just to show you how to do it. I don't think I'll be making anything special with this. So that can go on there like that when we're finished. Now the acetate has to go on there, and that's still a bit too big. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to use my scissors, because it doesn't have to be perfect, and I'm just going to cut up to where that dotted line is. I don't know if you can see that. Just going to cut around the dotted line, just so I don't have to worry about getting the scallops in the right place. So this is the top piece, and that is going to go on there like that. You have to be careful that you don't get glue on there. I mean, I did on the last one, and then I made the mistake of trying to clean it up with alcohol, and it just made a right mess. So I'm just going to assume that you know what you're doing better than I do. So I'm going to put glue on the back of here. Make sure when you're putting the glue on these pieces that there are no gaps, because you don't want your shaker bits falling out. I'm going to put it in the middle of the frame, not at the edges, because I don't want that glue squeezing out, even though it probably will. See, I forgot to let go of my tweezers, and I've made a mess of it again. Right, I'm going to get rid of that and try this again. That's better. That's much better. Honestly, if I had a penny for every time I messed up through clumsiness, I wouldn't have to do YouTube. Make me own money just doing that. That blunder aside, you can see there that you have a nice little top for your shaker, and that goes on there like that. And what that does is that keeps the acetate fastened and it makes it look a lot neater. So I'm going to now glue this onto there, and again making sure that there are no gaps in the glue as we go around. You can see there, that is the top of your shaker pocket. I always found these really difficult, and it is more fiddly than doing it with foam or foam tape, but you know, it's just an alternative if you want to do it. And then what you would do, like I say, you would decorate that, and you would put your shaker pieces in and then put that on the top, and then there you have your little shaker pocket. And like I say, you can make lots of these in advance and then just grab one when you need one. Now, to make using foam, I mean, you can go, it's up to you, but you are going to be constrained to the thickness of the foam that you use, whereas with the cards you can build up the layers as many as you like to get it as thick as you like. So you can use like a normal thin craft foam like that, which works very well if you're using really thin sequins and you don't want a lot in. I got this from Temu and it's very thick, as you can see. I did try making some sentiments with it, or backing some sentiments with it, but you can see it's a little bit thick. It's a bit too thick for the sentiments, and you might think it's a bit too thick for the shaker element of the card. It's entirely up to you, but this wasn't very expensive at all, and it can be used for all kinds of things. But just for this demonstration, I'm just going to show you how to use the foam. Pretend this is like a bit thicker. But I suppose if you wanted to, you could stick two together. I'm not sure how well that would work out. Again, we need to make the frame. Got my little frame bits there. Now normally foam die cuts really beautifully, but like I say, I'm having a bit of an issue because of these plates, but it's just a demonstration, so what the heck. Yeah, that's cut nicely. Foam generally does cut really nicely if you use decent dies. I did have trouble cutting the other ones for this because the dies weren't very good quality. But I mean, these were just from Temu and they've been absolutely fine, so don't need that. But there's your frame. So if this was, like I say, if this was thicker, like using that other thick foam, that would be the thickness of your shaker pocket. So it's up to you how thick you want it, obviously. And then again, we need to cut out the back, not with the foam. What am I doing? So I would suggest that you use whichever foam, whichever colour your card is going to be, use the same colour foam. I'm just using this because it's what I have handy. Just a piece I found lying around. So again, we can just cut the larger back. So again, there's the back. That would go there. And then what you would do is cut out a frame, another frame out of card. We could cut some acetate, stick it on here, put that on there, and then we have another shaker pocket, this time using foam to give it the dimension that you want. So what I should have done in the first place, instead of using a die to cut out the acetate, which did not work, so what I'm going to do is measure this. I'll just do it on my glass mat. So that's 3.5 by 2, just under 2.5. So I'm going to cut some acetate down so it fits behind there. Yeah, that looks fine. It's actually, yeah, so that's turned out better than actually using the die to cut it out, because you can just keep snipping at it until you get it the right size, which I think that is finally. Yep, lovely. So again, you would glue that underneath your top part, that's the top cover. You would glue that onto your back, and then that will go on there like that, and you have another shaker pocket. So that's 2 ways to make shaker card pockets, by using card and or foam. So I don't know how helpful that was, because it is more fiddly than using foam tape. But if you don't want to buy foam tape, or if you've run out like I said, or if you just want to try something different, this is a good way to do it. And once you have a load of them done, decorate them how you like, maybe for different seasons or different occasions, and then you can just grab one when you need one, bung it on a card base with a bit of a border if you wanted, or a bit of a mat, and there you go, that's it. Bob's your uncle. I'm not sure how easy I make it look, because I always make a mistake in my videos. It wouldn't be me if I didn't make a mistake in my videos. But hopefully that's helped you to understand a little bit that you don't have to use foam tape to make your shaker card pockets if you don't want to. So whatever the reason you've watched this, and if you have stayed till the end, well done, and thank you so much, because it really helps my channel if you watch the videos all the way through. You've no idea how much that helps. So thank you so much for watching. You've no idea at all how much I appreciate it, each and every one of you. Thank you so much, and have an amazing day. Bye bye now.